Check 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. Your audio isn't on. I know, Hoop. I am just getting things all set up. I don't have my headset on, so that's why it's a little goofy tonight. But you should be able to hear me now. And if not, please let me know. I can hear the bops though. Yep. Well, the bops should be coming in, and I should also be coming in now, hopefully. Thumbs up. Beautiful. Okay. Let's fix this ungodly webcam here. Oop. And then, how about we get a little bit of games going on. Suppose you guys are. Alright. So we just got done. Alex and I played about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago maybe. Was a super fun match, and now we're going to pull up all of the stuff. And I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing things a little differently this season. I wanted to just kind of get things put together and get content out consistently. And the way of the video has been great for, the last couple of seasons and doing things. But it's just so much time and stuff to do all of this. To edit videos and get everything else up and stuff. And I do enjoy doing it, but I'm so inconsistent. So I wanted to make sure that no matter what, we could get content out and have a good time, watch some games, and make sure that we have a match up for everything. So that is what is going on. Let me see if I can make this showdown box a little bit bigger so you guys can see. You guys are seeing my live edit shenanigans. But you know what? I don't care. Alright. We can go there. Yeah, okay. And then the text on the side. I don't know, chat might look a little gross, but that's okay. We're fine, right? I guess I could probably change chat to black, maybe? Text color. Black and close. See if that does anything. Okay, that should be good as far as I know. If not, we'll change it for next week. We'll figure it out. Always fine with that. Well, thank you. We can't make this happen. There we go. Alright, sweet. We're going to call it good there. And first, we'll open things up and look at my team builder. So this week, I really wanted... Actually, I wonder if I put my face cam in a different corner, what that'll look like. Ah, screw it. Who cares? This is low effort streaming. Okay, so team builder for this week, kind of looking at what Alex had. I wanted to just kind of put together a team that I knew would be not like straightforward, but like something that gave me the best shot to test out this new team, new roster, new format, just give me a good chance to win. And obviously that kind of starts with our Mega B drill and kind of just being a super big Haas threat. And so Mega B drill is definitely something that I looked at and was like, okay, if we build this thing, and the first iteration was very similar to this, or very close to this, but we did kind of swap things up and change it from Adamant to Jolly, because we noticed one thing. Jolly max speed B-drill, once I Mega, is 1 point faster than Scarfed Hoopa. Scarfed Hoopa Unbound, excuse me. Which, that's awesome because U-Turn and Fellstinger are both one-hit KOs. So, great way to potentially proc a Fellstinger, get a +3 attack, and then Beedrill just like sweeps through his team. Outside of like, you know, a Mega Sharpedo that like gets a speed boost off or something before it megas, which, you know, we'll watch the game. There's some play around with it, but like Beedrill I thought was just a super solid offensive threat. U-Turn does dummy damage to anything just in the grand scheme of things. So getting a Mega off, clicking U-Turn feels like a super solid, safe lead. And that's kind of what we started with. And then have Brick Break there for Snorlax. Knockoff's just a really good move. And Fellstinger, obviously, you know, to potentially proc and get that big attack boost. So that was like my main like physical attacking like pivot. You know, what the reason why we've drafted Mega Beedrill, right? Super fast, hits hard, whatever. Then kind of looking at Alex's team and kind of how I was going to possibly stand a chance against what he had. I wanted to make sure that I had an answer for Ursaluna, and potentially a special Hoopa or some of the other mons that lean into that kind of special offensive side of things. So Virizion with an Assault Vest was just kind of like the natural bring, right? It's got really decent speed, even without any investment. Slap all the EVs into HP and special defense, and all of a sudden I'm taking Blood Moons like extremely well, eating up lots of different attacks and like staying and kind of gives me that 1v1 potential for a lot of his special threats. And he doesn't have a ton of them, but I wanted to make sure that I had an answer for the ones that he did. Ursaluna being kind of like the big obvious threat. So Virizion kind of plays into that special defensive side for week 1. Next up, we've got Regieleki. This is actually, I'm going to skip Regieleki and we'll talk about Mudsdale and Empoleon first, and then we'll kind of go from there. I wonder if I can go columns off, if that makes it any better. Not really. Okay. Well, all right. Let's talk about Mudsdale first, and then we can talk about Empoleon a little bit, and then we'll go back to the terrain core that I brought as well for my offense. Mudsdale is like one of the best defensive Pokemon on my team, just on the physical side. Stamina is a broken ability, especially with the leftovers passive recovery. Increases the damage that my body press is doing. Earthquake, Stone Edge, just good coverage moves, and then Stealth Rock to help break any sashes, get some chip damage. Just maxed out the HP and defense, made this thing fat, and he is my Terra Captain, or one of my Terra Captains, so got the Terra Fighting on there just in case. You know, we can do a little bit more, get stab, body presses going, do a little bit more damage there, but really just kind of a, you know, a defensive Pokemon for this week. Empoleon, you can't see super well, but if I back out and scroll up, maybe, nope, that doesn't look like it. So the Empoleon this week, you can kind of see it, but it's not super great. Here's the investment. We are max HP, max special defense, calm nature, another kind of special offense or special defense Pokemon for the week. Have that leftovers in there. This is like one of my setup wall breakers. I'm running Scald, Ice Beam, Toxic, and Protect. And in the game, this thing pops off and does a really, really good job of doing its role and actually like helping to get through a couple of things that Alex tried to set up with, or, you know, not spoiling too much because we're gonna watch it back. But Empoleon did a really good job, and I'm really happy with that set. Scrolling back up, we'll talk about Regieleki. I was, you know, looking for a hazard removal Pokemon for my team when I drafted it, and kind of looking at what I was bringing and kind of the options that Alex has. Didn't want to get, you know, Stealth Rocked on my Beedrill or, you know, other things that I was bringing. So I figured, you know, hey, let's put Rapid Spin and get this in here. But I really wanted to mess around with electric terrain. That was Regieleki's kind of primary job this week, was to be super duper fast, Timid with 108 speed outspeeds everything on his team except for something with a scarf. And then I got to dump everything else in HP, and then actually a good chunk in special attack. So this thing's Volt Switch is going to do a lot to a couple of different Pokemon, and is completely useless on some others. So Regieleki's job to get in, set up electric terrain, and get out. And that's really kind of the role that I was hoping for with this set. And you'll have to see if we actually get to do that or not. But really, the electric terrain we want to set up for our Iron Thorns, which is, I'm super excited to use this. Iron Thorns with a Life Orb hits so hard. Cork Drive pops, my attack gets boosted, I can Dragon Dance, and then all of a sudden I'm +2/+1, essentially. And then Ice Punch, Stone Edge, and Thunder Punch are doing ungodly amounts of damage to his entire team. And I'm able to kind of punch and fight my way through all of his walls. I can keep setting up. I'll be faster. Electric terrain is great. I can't be statused in a spot where, like, you know, putting myself to getting sleep or anything like that won't happen. And then Thunder Punch is just doing a lot of damage on the terrain too. So Iron Thorns is kind of like our setup sweeper. We've got support all across the board with Regieleki and Beedrill and Mudsdale and stuff. And I thought it was a really good team that I got to bring for week 1. So that's the team builder. I don't think, and I'll check real quick to see if Alex has put his Pokepaste up. It doesn't look like he has quite yet. So I will say, let's just jump right into the game. So, okay. Quick recap. Beedrill, Verzion, Regieleki, Iron Thorns, Mudsdale, and Polian was my squad. And then Alex brought Aromatisse, Ursaluna Bloodmoon, Gligar, Hoopon Bound, Talonflame, and Mega Sharpedo. Was a little surprised not to see like Snorlax or you know, that thumbnail from Noah is funny. Yeah, I know, right? If you haven't seen it, little spoiler or teaser for Noah's video, Caquavel is a good Pokemon. And I don't think Noah's excited about it. Or, you know, I do, but I don't know what to read on his face. It's kind of funny. But yeah, kind of back to Alex's team. You know, a little actually relieved not to see Snorlax. You know, he had a couple other things that were like fringe brings against my team, and I felt pretty good about the squad that I brought, looking at kind of what he has as well. If I pull up Alex's team just to see kind of what he has in general, maybe we can get that on screen for everybody just to compare. Rockruffs. Okay, so he had Sharpedo, Ursaluna Bloodmoon, Hoopon Bound, Snorlax. Didn't bring Rotom Frost, which was a Terra Captain. Didn't bring Snorlax. Didn't bring Araquanid. Didn't bring Drampa. And then brought Gligar, Talonflame, and Aromatisse. So surprised not to see any Terramons from him, but also like pretty like okay with that. You know, in looking at kind of what he had and looking what I brought, I felt really good on team preview. Bryce, fabulous water Blaziken. Oh, absolutely. And fabulous with a capital PH. So yeah, team preview, looking at this, I would definitely look and say, okay, hey, my two leads are Regieleki and Beedrill. And as long as Ursaluna Bloodmoon and Gligar are around, I can't just kind of freely Volt Switch. So U-turn from Beedrill is how I want to start this. So I'm going to lead the B. He leads Aromatisse, which like right off the bat was a little like, okay, that's not typically a lead. Usually it's like a cleric or like some kind of support mon or like a setup defensive kind of thing. So I was like a little intrigued, but like not super spooked. there's definitely, I'm not going to be too scared of what this thing is going to do to me, especially because the plan is to just volt switch, or U-turn, excuse me, and get out right away. So that's what we do. We Mega Evolve, we turn into the Angry Bee, and we do U-turn. And to what I assume is a defensive Aromatisse, we do 25% still, which is great damage. And I can go into an Empoleon because I don't really know what this thing's going to do. I'm expecting some kind of a setup or status move, and Empoleon is like, if I get Thunder Waved or something, or Toxic, it's like, I can't beat Toxic, number one, because I'm a Steel type, and number two, I felt like this was just kind of like my best switch in. I'm not going to take hardly any damage from this thing, especially if it uses a Fairy type move, so Empoleon was just like, yeah, I'll switch in, quick Toxic, see what happens. And he actually, whoops, if I clicked the back button too fast, so we'll just let this play here quick. There's the U-turn, we do some good damage, we go into Empoleon, and I just am surprised to see him click Trick Room right away, which is a really cool tech. And something that, in all honesty, I'm probably going to see a lot of this season. My team is extremely fast, so for teams to kind of keep up punch for punch, they're going to either have to scarf a ton of things, run Tailwind, run Trick Room, slow me down with webs or a bunch of Thunder Waves or something like that. And so, like, I thought that Trick Room was a potential bring for Alex, but I did not expect it to be like the turn one go here. So he brings out Hoopa, and I'm just kind of, kind of chilling. I go for the Toxic just to make sure that this thing can't set up on me, and I do have Protect, so I can kind of scout and see what he's gonna do, which is the play that I go for. And he goes for Zen Headbutt, so that tells me two things, right? Number one, this thing is built to be a Trick Room kind of sweeper, right? So it's probably not going to be super fast. It's probably not going to be scarfed, but it could be Specs or Band, right? Hoopa's got really good stats in its attack stats, but seeing Zen Headbutt means that it's probably a physical, either Choice Band or Life Orb or something like that. And that means Empoleon's the wrong thing to fight this. And I get to actually swap into Mudsdale here, which does two things. Number one, gives me my defensive kind of rock star front and center. And it also gives me something that actually on my team thrives when Trick Room is up, because Mudsdale's slow. It is very, very slow. I have 67 speed at the minimum, and only 185 at the top end, right? And this Hoopa is at 148 if it's as low as it can go. I think the Mudsdale was 105 speed. I'm uninvested, and it's a neutral nature, so I think I'm like right in the middle there, and I'm like right around 100 for my speed tier, for what my actual stats are. I eat that Ice Punch fairly okay. It still does a lot of damage, but we do get our stamina to proc, our defense goes up, and I know that I can take another Ice Punch no problem, and we can start to body press this Hoopa. Oh, so close. So close to getting a kill. But that also means that the first kill of the season is going to go to Empoleon's Toxic after we take that second Ice Punch. So Hoopa's going to go down, Empoleon's going to get a kill, Trick Room's over, Aromatisse comes back out, and Mudsdale gets to sit in front of this thing. And I have a decision to make, right? I'm at +2, so like Body Press is doing a lot of damage to everything that's not a Fairy type. That being said, I kind of am like in a spot where I could fire off an Earthquake, or maybe go for like a Stone Edge, maybe if the Talonflame is going to try and switch in. But I don't really see a clear-cut path forward other than just like, hey, I don't know what this Aromatisse is going to do. I can kind of scout a little bit. I have answers for like Sharpedo and Talonflame in the back. Ursaluna is going to be a special mon, and Gligar is probably like support hazards kind of stuff. So Mudsdale's usage is like shrinking the farther this game goes on, especially now that the Hoopa is gone. So I'm thinking that I can just throw up rocks because number one, Talonflame hates that. And the Sharpedo probably doesn't like hazards either. I can get some chip damage on Ursaluna and Gligar, and just kind of, it's a middle ground play, right? Hey, Alex is in the chat. GG's, dude. This is a super fun game. Super fun game. And definitely a great way to kick off season 11. But yeah, we're just kind of watching things back. Just got through the Hoopa kill, and now going into turn number 6 here. We get the Stealth Rock up, and Trick Room comes out again for Aromatisse. So we're going back into that Trick Room setting, and this probably means that maybe Ursaluna or Gligar is the switch, if he has it. And he does go for Encore here. I was going to click... I think I clicked Stone Edge here just as kind of like a middle ground play again. Body Press still really not doing anything to Aromatisse even at +2, just because that fairy typing is so good. And I definitely didn't want to Terra here because I was Terra fighting. So my play is either Earthquake, which Talonflame could switch in for free, Gligar could switch in for free, so that kind of sucks. Body Press isn't really doing anything, so Stone Edge was the play, right? We're gonna burn a Trick Room turn and go for it, but he does go for the good Encore play. And now I just need to like get out, right? I'm not doing anything to this Aromatisse with the Mudsdale. I can swap into Empoleon. We kind of hit the reset button on the situation that played out before, and I'm just kind of free to click Toxic again. Dazzling Gleam comes out. We eat that up super well. We are that, special defensive Empoleon, and Aromatisse is slow and not offensive, so it's not going to be doing too much to us. We do get the Toxic off, burn away that Trick Room, and now we just kind of go for Scalds, right? It's a good safe play no matter what tries to switch in. He's going to either Encore or disable me, so I want to make sure that I'm put into an attacking move. Ice Beam's insane if Gligar comes out, and if Ursaluna comes out, Scald is the better play for Talonflame and Sharpedo. But ultimately, just go for Scald. It's safe. It's easy. We do get Encored in, and that's fine. I'm just going to let Empoleon get its second kill of the game, and Aromatisse goes down. Gligar comes out, and honestly, I'm feeling really good at this point. Like, it's been kind of according to plan. We've gotten really no information about the rest of his team other than the fact that it's built for Trick Room. And this Gligar set is super cool. We're locked into Scald, so I'm just going to keep going with that. And he goes for Tailwind, which is awesome. So not only did Alex build a team that was faster than mine in Trick Room, but also brought Tailwind. So it's kind of both ends of the spectrum, right? So he's got some stuff that thrives with Tailwind up and it'll be faster than me, or he'll be way slower than me with Trick Room up, so he's got a chance to be able to kind of outspeed my team and work around the fact that I've got, I think, 5 or 6 mons above 95 speed or something like that. So super cool bring. I love the fact that he leaned in this hard to kind of like get around my speed advantage, and Tailwind is a great way to do that. But Scald does a lot of damage. I do get knocked off. I'm just going to go for Scald again, and now we're up 6-3, but there is 2 turns of Tailwind, and there's an Ursaluna in my face. And now I'm just like, okay, what is the best play here against Ursaluna? I know it's going to go for a Blood Moon or an Earth Power or something like that. And I am special defensive, but the thing that I don't want this thing to do is set up on me. I know that I can win kind of a 2v1 against this thing, but if it sets up and goes crazy, I don't want to get kind of caught with my pants down. So I figured an attacking move was going to come out. I wanted to scout a little bit. So we go for Protect, and Alex goes for Calm Mind. And I get scared very, very quickly. And this is why Empoleon is carrying Toxic. He's going to get a second Calm Mind off, and I'm going to miss a Toxic, which sucks. Thankfully, though, that was the Tailwind turn that petered out, so I now have the speed advantage. Toxic lands before Earth Power comes out, and Empoleon dies. So a clutch to still get the Toxic off, even though Empoleon goes down. And now it's 3-5, and I've got a +2/+2 Ursaluna in my face. It's thankfully Toxic, but this is what we built Verzian for. I'm Assault Vested, max special defense, max HP. I take Blood Moon extremely well, even at +2. And I'm just going to start clicking Giga Drain because it's like the passive recovery or active recovery for health. And it was kind of like, okay, I have Sacred Sword and Smart Strike and Stone Edge on the Verzian, right? So I probably should have gone for Sacred Sword. Probably would have done way more damage here. But I was just like, let's just cook Giga Drain. And we'll see how much it does with this thing being +2. In hindsight, I actually want to calc this. And I don't know if this is going to show up very well here, but I want to say Verzian against Ursaluna Blood Moon. Offensive Calm Mind. Yeah, okay, so Giga Drain at base is doing 51 to 60. This boy was +2/+2. Yeah, so I guess Sacred Sword was doing 36%. So still like not a bad play. Giga Drain's doing 26 to 30, so it's worse, but just kind of after I take a turn of damage, I should be Giga Draining, and that way I kind of win the 1v1 that way. But definitely a misplay to click Giga Drain on the first turn before I take damage. Yeah, Alex, it is. This thing is fat, man. With an Assault Vest, this thing takes damage so well. Like, that's +2/+2, and I take 45%, which is probably a low roll, to be honest with you. So you must not have been modest, huh? Because this calc here says that Blood Moon should be doing 53 to 63 if you're +2. Wasn't maxed. Okay, yep, that makes sense then. So yeah, max special attack modest would do 53 to 63. If you weren't maxed, then yeah, okay, that makes sense. So we take it 45%. That's great. He's got the leftovers. Toxic is helping immensely, and now we can just kind of Giga Drain, sap a little bit of health. We eat that Earth Power so well, and then we're just able to kind of clean things up. I thought maybe right there that you would switch to Talonflame to take the Giga Drain. Just maybe wanted to preserve Ursaluna for something later. You know, reset the toxic damage potentially. So I kind of rolled the dice there, and I clicked Stone Edge on the chance that you'd go for the Talonflame switch. Stayed in though. We do 7% damage, so little. And then Blood Moon comes out. We still are around. We're living. 47% that time, so doing okay. And then we're able to just kind of come in, click Giga Drain, get the kill, and now we're at 8% health. Talonflame comes out, fast, speedy boy, goes for dual wing beat, great play. Verzian goes down, now it's 2 to 4. And now, the cool thing about this is that Regieleki should be faster than everything, unless you've got a Scarf, or Gale Wings priority. But if it's Gale Wings priority, I'm electric type. I'm going to resist that flying type move. So I feel pretty good about just clicking Volt Switch, and no matter what, I either kill the Talonflame, or I kill the Sharpedo, or I get to do a ton of damage to either. So it's like just a really easy play to make. Dual Wing Beat comes out, we eat that up. We go Volt Switch, kill the Talonflame, and then I'm able to go into Beedrill. Unfortunately, didn't get to click Electric Terrain and have Iron Thorns pop off, but that's okay. We get a kill, we're up 4-1, Sharpedo comes in, and I'm just going to click U-turn because it's my best move against the Sharpedo, but that speed boost is there to make the Mega faster than me. And now it's just kind of a cross my fingers and hope that I don't die, and if I do, Regieleki can come in, or Mudsdale can eat a hit maybe, or Iron Thorns definitely can take a hit maybe. I don't know. This was kind of like a spooky spot here. Like, if things don't go correctly, like, I could still potentially lose. Like, Megas are ridiculous. So thankfully we take the Ice Fang, we barely hang on, and then the U-turn is able to clean things up and get the win for us. So super fun game, really great way to kick off season 11. GG's to Alex. The sets that you brought and the strategy, especially with the Tailwind and the Trick Room, was super fun to play against. And yeah, just a really cool way for us to get a win there. What's the crunch calc? That's a good question, Hoop. Let's do this. Sharpedo Mega against Beedrill. So Ice Fang was 91 to 107. Crunch was 163 to 199. So Crunch would have for sure killed me. Yeah. Crunch would have obliterated me. Let's see. Iron Thorns lives everything except an Earthquake. So depending on what you brought, Alex, if it's Crunch, Ice Fang, Earthquake, I didn't bring Crunch. No. Oh darn, Alex, what was the set? What was the set for the Sharpedo? I had Destiny Bond. Oh, cool. Let's see. Hoop. The Iron Thorns lives a Crunch, 61 to 72. I died to Earthquake. I'll get the paste. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's get the paste, and then I'll do I'll show calcs on everything. Let's see. Oh, we're fine. Mudsdale lives a hit from anything. The most Mudsdale takes is 51% from the Sharpedo, and then I kill with Body Press or anything like that. So, dang, I was gonna say +1 Speedy Shark would be really scary. Yeah, I mean, I could have absolutely still been in a really tough spot. The other thing too, Hoop, is that as long as it was... Nope. Regieleki is also faster than +1 Sharpedo by 1 point. So I could have... I had 2 outs there at the end. But it could have been super scary. Like, the play would have been... the way I lose... I wonder what... No, Mudsdale had 62. So, let's see. Yeah, so Mudsdale would have lived anything. And the play would have been for him to he would have had to protect and then get the double protect for 2 speed boosts, and then he could have killed everything in one shot with Earthquake, Crunch, or Ice Fang, besides the Mudsdale, and then Mudsdale still survives the hit and can kill. So I think the only way you lose would be a 2-0 rather than a 4-0. Yeah, yep, for sure. Yep. So it could have been a 1-0 depending on the set, but Mudsdale's fucking tanky. And then I wonder if I Terra, did that matter too? Oh yeah, I could have Terra'd and then I take 24%. A crit would be a 1-0. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I could have Terra fighting on the Mudsdale, and then the most I take is 24% from an Earthquake. So, but that's cool. I think Alex is gonna drop a Pokepaste in, and then we can actually look at all the calcs and stuff. So let me get my screen back a little bit, and then we can dive into the calcs a little bit more. Because I also want to see how the Iron Thorns does against what you brought. Thank you, good sir. Alright. You guys should see the whole screen now. Cool, okay. Paste. Ooh, okay. Protect, Ice Fang, Destiny Bond, Aqua Jet. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I love it. Alright, let's dump this in to this here. Go. Okay, so just for shits and giggles, I want to see that Sharpedo. Yeah, so at +1, yeah, even without the Terra, I'm taking 27%, and I had 64% health left, so that was a cool way for me to win for sure, but could have taken a lot. I love Destiny Bond on this thing. That's such a cool, like, especially because I have like a Regieleki or like a Beedrill that for sure kills in like one hit no matter what. It's a cool way to counter that. I like that a lot. Aqua Jet, Ice Fang. Yeah, no. Body Press does so much damage. That's at neutral too. And then if I Terra, get blown up. Plug in your laptop. My charger is upstairs, so we'll probably end the stream before then, before it gets too bad. I've got 14 minutes of battery life left. I dig the post-game casual recap, by the way. Yeah, I'm digging it too. What kind of calcs do we want? I want to see if Beedrill kills anything right off the bat. Aromatisse did take so it was a low roll on the U-turn. Man, this thing is fat. Defense, split defense. Okay, cool. Sassy healer, focus sash. I dig it. Don't plug it in. Calc the B against Ursaluna. Okay. Beedrill against Ursaluna. Blood Moon. So I died to a Blood Moon for sure. But like Brick Break does decent damage. U-turn's still doing 30. Fell Stinger doesn't do hardly anything. I like the split defense on the Ursaluna, especially with the Calm Mind. Blood Moon, Earth Power, Moonlight, Calm Mind. Man, that thing could have been super sticky. Thank God I got a Toxic off on that. That could have ran wild. Holy crap. Let's see. Aromatisse. I wonder. Okay, so I originally did have Poison Jab on the B. If I had Poison Jab, yeah, we get a kill there with Poison Jab. But we did have the Fell Stinger. Neat. Okay. So that's Aromatisse. Gligar. Knockoff does decent damage. Rock Slide can kill me. Beedrill's so frail, man. Oh, man. Hoop Unbound. Yep. So this is the funniest. Can you guys see this very well? Oh no. That's the Beedrill against Hoopa Calc. 341% to 402. That's crazy. Yeah, so this is the reason why I brought Fellstinger, right? Was because even if this Hoopa is choice scarfed, I'm still faster. You are assault vested. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, because if you were choice scarf, your speed is 426, and I'm 427 at max speed Jolly. And then I get, the +3 Fellstinger because I just straight up kill. And you know, I'm not going to be outsped by that. And then at +3, Beedrill, like, starts doing better damage to the rest of this team. But yeah, the U-turn calc is ridiculous. Let's see, Sharpedo. Fellstinger would have done a bunch. U-turn almost does 300%. Brick Break even does it in that too. That's cool. But this is not Mega. There we go. Mega's here. Yeah, Ice Fang. Woo! So I never had a chance to die, which was good. But you got a really good roll. I was hoping for Espeon instead of Mudsdale. You know, I did think about Espeon for a second, but I needed something for your physical threats. And I was just like, if I bring Espeon, then I don't get to bring like Empoleon or Virizion, and those two felt really, really good in the matchup. So Espeon was definitely on the bench. I thought about it for a second, but I think the Mudsdale had a better matchup. Not never, always a crit chance. Okay, yep, you are correct. Always a crit chance. Always a crit chance. Oh, and then yeah, the Talonflame. Knockoff still does a decent amount of Talonflame. But look at these calcs from the Talon. 156, 233. We live a quick attack. We live a quick attack. Just because I thought you would think Araquanid would come for webs. You know, I did think that for a second, but Araquanid, it was like one of those things where it was like you had scarier stuff. And if you brought webs, like I do have the Regieleki for Rapid Spin. But that was like you could have brought 3 different ways to do speed control, which would have been awesome. But then it kind of pigeonholes what you can do for the rest of the game. So that's the Beedrill calcs. Empoleon went wild this game. Scald has a chance to kill. Scald's a +2. Or Scald's a 2-shot on Ursaluna, but you had the +2/+2. Hoopa. Wow, I actually take some of those moves fairly decent. Thunder Punch is only 67%. That's cool. I lose the 1v1 because I can't 2-shot you. I don't do hardly any damage to you. That Assault Vest is such a cool tech. I thought the Hoopa was going to be a lot more offensive than that. I didn't expect Assault Vest, but that's, helps with the defense, definitely helps with the 1v1s. You don't really need the investment for a wall, so you just make it fast and hit hard and then have the Assault Vest for longevity. Ice Beam does not kill Gligar. Yeah, cool. What else? The Iron Thorns calc, and then we're gonna be chilling. So Iron Thorns, let's just say we were able to get Electric Terrain up. Against the walls. 103 with the terrain up. Tiger gets blown up by Ice Punch. Hoopa dies to Thunder Punch or Stone Edge. I don't die to anything. Sharpedo, yeah. With Electric Terrain up. 439% to 517. Talonflame gets destroyed. Ursula. Oof. All right. Guys, my PC is about dying, so I think we're going to call it here. But thanks so much for watching Low Effort Stream number 2, the week 1 recap. We'll be back again for week number 2 later. Alex, do you think I make any free agent transactions? You know, I don't know. I'll look at your team and maybe DM you a couple of options. But like it's a super solid team. It's really tough to prep for just with some of the threats you have. But I will look and maybe like, I don't know. It depends, right? Like Droppa, Rotom Frost, Snorlax, those are all like good. Like Snorlax is nuts. I thought you were gonna bring the Snorlax, but I don't know. I'll look at your team and maybe send you some thoughts. But yeah, super fun game. Thanks so much for a great game, Alex. Thanks for watching the stream, boys. It was a fun way to recap the game. And Hoop says I might make some switches next week. Already in week 2. Season 11 is off to a hot start. All right, boys. Thanks so much. Have a great night.